Okay, we're gonna rekey this Schlage lock. As you can see, it's got a key. This key works well. As you can see, it turns around. There are a couple of ways of doing it. If you had the key, we would be able to turn it and then take it out. But I am going to take this key out. There is a lock pin in there, which will allow us to take this apart. So I'm gonna press this pin or depress down the pin with this tool so that I can turn and open the lock this way. As you can see, you've got to be careful the spring doesn't come out or doesn't pop out so fast. Take this out. As you can see, we'll put that away. There is our pin that helps us to lock this cylinder. So if you press it down, which is what I did with the pin like this, so I pressed it down so that I'm able to turn that around. So we're gonna take it out so we don't lose the inside here. There's a spring, so we're gonna take that spring out. There's the little spring that we took out, so we're gonna put this in here. Now what we want to do is to push this cylinder out. So you cannot push this cylinder out without a key. Because we don't have a, when you can do it with a, if you have a key, you will do this. You will come in here, turn it so you want the pins not to be aligned with the top ones, the bottom pins not to be aligned with the top ones, so that it can turn. So this way, as you can see, you can push this out. You need a tool like this called a follower to make sure that the pins that are on top here, as you take it out in this instance, they don't fall off and you have to restart this process. So I'm gonna put the follower like this and then push it in. It will hold those pins up without a problem. So there we are. Let's come out. We let it sit like this. That way we're able to repin this if we needed to. So we can repin this easily if we need to do that. And repinning obviously just means that you change your pins. You can put different pins. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Let's assume you didn't have a key to turn this cylinder and make sure that these pins are not aligned to the top pins. We'll show you what to do with that. So I've put it back. We assume we don't have a key, so there's no key. What we're gonna do is to use the same principle of the shim that we did with the other lock that I showed earlier. So I'm gonna hold the shim this way and we're gonna manually pick this key. The pins that are inside there, you can see there are pins down there. So we're gonna pick each pin and push it forward as we pick. So just make sure that it's all going in. It's moved 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it's moving in. And then I'm gonna pick the next one. Let's get the pick. 5. I think it needs one more. Oh, it's moving the wrong way, so let's go back. Yeah. Okay, there we are. It was on the wrong side of it, so you can move that again. Oops, don't let it come out before the next one is moved. Yeah, I think it's reached the end of it, yeah. So it's moved to the end. Let's check slightly. There it is, it's right at the end. So this is in. Now, if we've done that, what we can do is to turn the key. So we wanna turn it because it couldn't turn before. Now it has turned. That's because the pins are no longer, they're blocked by this. The top pins are now not gonna fall off because this is in place. Now that we've turned it like this, basically it's like unlocking it. We can take our shim out and then we can use the follower to push it out. So that the purpose of the follower is to make sure that the pins at the top do not fall down. And then we have our pins from the key as well that we want to make sure they do not fall, it doesn't actually matter because we're gonna rekey this key with a different key. So they achieve the same thing with or without a key. You can still work with this. So this is the old key that worked. We know it works because all the pins, when you have the key in this position, are aligned here. They're flushed rather, and it allows this to turn like that. If I put a different key, you will see what will happen. They will not be flush because it's not the right key for them. I just put a random key. You can see that some of the pins are not aligned, especially this one and the other one. So what they do is that they will lock in place inside this cylinder, and then it will not be able to turn because it will be locked onto that cylinder. So the wrong key goes in like this, it will not work. The correct key, when it's in, there it is, and they are flush and it works. Let's say, for example, we want to rekey this new key because we want this key to be the one that is a working key. There are two things that I need to do. First is to understand the depth, the key cut depth. So we need to check what the depth of this key cuts is. So there are different ways of doing it. I can do it manually by looking at it, but actually no, I want to measure it properly, and I have the tool for that. This is the gauge that's going to help me to measure it. We measure from this side going that way. So this will be number 1 cut, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. It's a 5 cut key. So let's look at the top one. I put my key this way. And then I'm going to slide the first cut point, which is this point here. So this point here, I'm going to slide it in this way to see where it falls under. So that's number between 5 and 6. I'm going to read that as I'll read it as a 5 for now. We might have to change that. So that's a 5. And then number 2, it's a 3. So it's a 4. So it's a 5, 4. And then the next one, it's a 5 again. So 5, 4, 5. And then the next one is 3, 5, 4, 5, 3. And the last one is 6. So it's a 5, 4, 5, 3, 6. So we have the cut position. We're gonna try those. Put them down. I should have a pen, but I don't. Let me see. Yeah, 5, 4, 5, 3, and then what was the last one? Let's check it again. I think it was a 6. Yeah, it's a 6. 6. So that's our cut. Our cut for this key is gonna be repinned at the code 54536, which I measured using this gauge, and by putting a new key that I want to actually program or code for that for this new key, so that it no longer uses the old one. So to recap, old one flashes, it works perfect, but we're gonna rekey, put a new key in there. That doesn't work. In fact, it took the pins out. We're not worried about that because we actually want the pins to be out so that we can put new key pins in. So I'll come here and put my new key like that. And then I'm gonna use this toolkit that I have here, which has different pins. We do have our readings. We said the first one was a 5. So let's see if a 5 will go in. A 5 pin will go in there and be flush. Let's see. Some of them are in between. So actually a 5 is not the right one, or at least the one I just picked up. Maybe it's the wrong 5. Let's see. Yeah, so a 5 is slightly out. So we don't really want a 5 because it's protruding out even when I've put that. So I'm gonna try put that a 4. So my reader didn't read it properly. So let's try a 4. A 4 is sitting very well. It's actually quite flush. So I'm happy with a 4. So the next one was a 4. So I'm going to try a 3 because I'm going one level down. So the next one is this one. Oops, sorry. So that's a 3. We put it in this position. It sits flush. That's also perfect. The next one was a 5. We know 5 is actually a 4. So we're going to put a 4 in this position. sitting flush. I'm not very happy with that flush. It's protruding, so I'm gonna change that. So we're gonna put a 4 again. Let's see if that works. Yeah, 4 works perfectly. It's flush. The next one was a 3. I'm gonna try go with a 2 and see if that works. Yeah, that's sitting quite nice and flush. I'm happy with that. And the next one, we had read it as a 6, so I'll make it a 7. Let's see. Let's see if the 7 will work. Let's see that it's way too big, so we don't want that. So I'm gonna go 1 level back, go back to 6. There we are. Still a little bit out, so I'm gonna go back to a 5. Yeah, it sits in quite nicely. So you can see this key is pretty flush. I am a little concerned about the last one, so I'm gonna go smaller on the last one and make it a 4. It was slightly protruding out, so yeah, it's much better now. Yeah, looks quite good. We can try and see if that works. So we're gonna put it back into our cylinder and see if it turns. If it doesn't turn, I'll go back and change slightly. But let's try this now. We're putting it back slightly angled. We don't want to put them so that they catch there. So we're going in nicely. There we are. So it's gone in. If I try to turn this, seems to be quite good. It's turning nicely. So it goes there. There we are. So this is properly rekeyed. I'm happy about that. So the new key works. So let's pull it out. We need to put our pins back. So I'm going to start with the spring. The spring goes in here. Let's put the spring back. The spring is back in. Then we need the big pin to go in. The big pin goes in there. Great, so I put this down. What we're looking to do is to rekey this. There's a hole in there that we want to make sure aligns with the pin to lock. Sitting in the locking position, turn it a couple of times until you're not able to turn it. I need the lock. Where is my lock? Okay, I need to go back. Yeah, okay. I shouldn't lose my pin, so let me put this in. Then now I can turn it. So this pin is supposed to align to that knob there and go out. So just make sure it does that. Yeah, it's doing that now. Yeah, there we are. Obviously, you don't want to force it. You want it to just lock nicely on its own. There we are. Now I put the pin there so it can continue to lock. Yeah, it's holding nicely, and that's locked in place. There, stops it now from turning. I can't turn it because the pin is holding in one of these grooves. Let's put our key back and make sure that it can still work. This is our new key that we've just rekeyed. It's holding, it doesn't turn. Oh, there it is, it turns. Just needed to make sure that it's in properly. It needs to go in all the way like that. But the fact that it's doing this means that I have to turn this a little bit more so that it doesn't stop it from turning, so I'm gonna do that. Let's take it out. I need to tighten it a little bit more. Yeah, try it there. Yeah, here's our key. Perfect. See, turns. It's working. It's a new key that's been rekeyed. That's for this lock. Previously, this is our old key. It no longer works. It cannot work because we have rekeyed to a new key. There we are. This key works nicely. There we are. Perfect. All done. That's how you rekey keys in with or without an existing key.